Expedia Cruises presents our Royal Adventure Sale, March 7 to 17th. Book select Royal Caribbean sailings and get an onboard cash credit. Plus, book select balcony or above sailings and get a free specialty dinner for two. And if your sailing is 6 nights or longer, you'll also get a complimentary spa treatment. Come seek bigger, bolder, more awesome adventure during our Royal Adventure Sale. The world is calling, and our local Expedia Cruises vacation consultants are standing by.
Hello, wasn't that great? Well, thanks everyone for joining. My name is Brett Phillips. I'm with Expedia Cruises. I'm the account manager with Royal Caribbean, and I get to work across from them every day. So thanks again for joining us. Going to hear from one of our most popular cruise line, Royal Caribbean, and we have a special promotion running with them until March 17th. Now, I know we've all been missing travel and those precious vacations with our family and loved ones. So this is a really great opportunity to learn more about Royal Caribbean and plan your next vacation experience with them. So be sure to stay on for the entire presentation, because at the very end, we're going to be drawing a lucky winner for a prize. Can you go to the next slide, please? So just to start off, a little bit of housekeeping. Just want to let you know, if you're having tech trouble, please try logging off, and then logging back in. We find a lot of times that this just resolves the issue right away. Now, if you want to adjust your view with the view icon at the top, use the view icon at the top of the screen. But if you're on your browser, this might not be an option. Now, if you do have Q&A, please feel free to submit your questions in the Q&A box below. And this event will be recorded, and it will be available within 24 hours. So just keep an eye out for that. If you'd like to share it with your friends, please feel free to do so. Next, please. So many of you are loyal Seven Seas members, so thank you for being here with us today. But if you're new, we'd like to welcome you. Thank you for taking the time to join us, and let us tell you a little bit about ourselves. Expedia Cruises is your full-service travel agency that allows you to book your dream air, land, and sea vacations however you want to book. You can click, call, or come in and talk to one of our expert vacation consultants, or schedule your visit down to your local Expedia Cruises center. Next, please. So, neighborly advice on a world of travel options. Now, we're more than just a big name, a trusted name in travel. We're also your local neighborhood travel experts. So, we are passionate travelers, and we're in your local communities. And we're here to take you around the world on your next vacation experience. So our promise to you, next slide, please. Our promise to you is that you have advice you can trust. We're more than trained experts. We are fellow travelers, and we want to make travel available to you. We have the best choice in product and in pricing. And with our Expedia Extras, you know that you can get exclusive staterooms, reduced deposits, onboard credits, and special offers available across Royal Caribbean. And we're more than just cruises. We're your land, sea, and air specialists. So we're a full suite travel agency that can book anything that you'd like to be able to, that you need to travel. And we're always there. So we're always here to help you before, during, and after your trip. So with that, and without further ado, I'd like to hand this over to George at Royal Caribbean to walk us through the adventure sale.
Hi, Brett. Thank you, everyone, for having me. I'm really appreciative of this time, and hi to everyone who's watching this, and want to talk to you a little bit about where we are with Royal Caribbean and what's new with us. And obviously, the last couple of years have been eventful, to say the least. So my name is George Daphnos. I am the Director of National Accounts here at Royal Caribbean, and it's a pleasure to have you here at our virtual cruise night. So I will start by telling you a little bit about us, that we're back to bold. So a year ago, we started sailing in Singapore, and then last July, we started sailing in the US again. So we set our sights on a new goal when we're back to making memories, and that's what we do best. We've implemented new protocols. And of course, we protect our guests, our crew, and of course the destinations with these protocols. So far, we have 21 ships that are back in service out of our 26, and we've sailed over 1 million guests. So it's a lot of business that we've brought in, and we have so much more to do. And we're just really grateful to be back and bold as ever. So I wanted to share a few stats. So we've had a very exciting comeback, and we've had some milestones that we've hit already. So, and I mentioned we have 1 million guests that we've sailed already, 1 million since our return. We've stopped at Perfect Day at Coco Cay, which is our private island. We've stopped there 257 times. We've had 80,000 daredevils at our water park on Perfect Day. And even just talking about our crew, we have almost 29,000 crew that are back, fully vaccinated. And all these numbers on these screens, on the screen, increases every single day. So as we bring back ships, as we increase our sailings, all of these numbers just keep going up, up, and away. So to talk about our ships and what's sailing, like I mentioned, we have 26 ships in our fleet. All the ones on the left-hand side are back in service. So we're already sailing from all around the world. And then the ones on the right, except for that very first one, are sailing sometime soon. So Vision of the Seas, that very first one, actually started sailing again yesterday. So she's actually back in service as of right now. We have two more ships coming in April, Radiance of the Seas and Voyager of the Seas, and then 3 more in May. So in just a couple more months, we'll have our entire fleet back in service. So we're really, really excited about that. Now, not every sailing is at 100% full yet. We're inching our way there as we make sure our protocols work, and we're just making sure everyone's safe, both crew and guests. So as we get more comfortable, we're increasing our capacity, and as well, all our sailings and ships coming back. So to talk about some of our new ships, Odyssey of the Seas is one of our brand newest ships, started last year and is sailing out of the Caribbean, out of Fort Lauderdale, doing 6 and 8 nights. The 6th night visits Western Caribbean and also our private island, Perfect Day at Coco Cay, also visiting Jamaica, Grand Cayman. And then our 8th night is a beautiful Southern Caribbean itinerary, visiting Grand Cayman, Aruba, and Curacao. So these are 2 alternating itineraries. It does 6 one week and 8 the other week. And it's on our Odyssey of the Seas, which is our 4th of our Quantum class ships. And I want to talk a little bit about what this ship has. So you can see from all these pictures, these 6 pictures, some of the new features on Odyssey of the Seas. We have the Skypad, which is a bungee trampoline / virtual reality kind of feature on the back of the ship as well. So it's really a lot of fun. You put on these virtual reality goggles and pick a game that you want to and go through and basically play it. It's a lot of fun, absolutely complimentary. One of our new restaurants is Giovanni's Italian Kitchen and Wine Bar. This is a brand new concept for us. We actually combined both Giovanni's, which was our Italian restaurant, and Vintages, which is our wine bar, and we combined them into one. So it's a really, really cool space that you can either go to for some light snacks and tapas or a full out meal if you want to. We have the Lime and Coconut, which is our brand new themed area around the pool. You can see these beautiful lime green, yellow colors and very vibrant area of the pool, and obviously serving a lot of drinks at the bar. And we have 2 levels of it. You can see the top level over there as well. So it's really cool views of the pool. We have our solarium, which is our indoor pool area. It's covered so you can enjoy the pool area without all that noise that you might want to get away from. And keep in mind, it's indoors, but it's really quiet and it's peaceful. So a lot of people try to go out and relax, but get some sun out there as well. Loco Fresh is our Mexican restaurant, but it is very light. It's not a full out restaurant. It is complimentary. So you're there to get some quesadillas, some lunch snacks. It is also open for breakfast as well. And then, of course, we have bumper cars, and we have a whole area called the Seaplex up on deck 15 on our Odyssey of the Seas. So it has bumper cars throughout the sailing, but it also transforms into a whole sports deck. People play pickleball or basketball, dodgeball. We have a few different activities in that Seaplex area, but the bumper cars are really good. So we are thrilled to announce that we are now sailing out of Los Angeles as well. And that's a big deal for us because we haven't been back to the West Coast in 10 years. So we did bring our amplified Navigator of the Seas to Los Angeles and does year-round sailings, obviously going to the West Coast. So we're really excited about that. We have deployed sailings through the end of 2024 on Navigator of the Seas. So we're really excited. Los Angeles and the entire West Coast have been clamoring for a Royal Caribbean ship for a while now. So this is a great chance to see the other side of Mexico. Instead of seeing it from the Caribbean side, you can see it from the West Coast and visit places like Cabo San Lucas and Puerto Vallarta and Mazatlan. They're very beautiful itineraries. Now, if you want to kind of get away from the US side of it and actually home port out of Barbados, that's a beautiful chance here. We have two ships, Grandeur of the Seas and Rhapsody of the Seas. They're sailing from Barbados, so you actually have to fly to Barbados, but there's an advantage there. You get to visit some islands that it is very, very hard to visit if you're leaving from Fort Lauderdale. So you get to visit Aruba and Curacao. These are gorgeous Southern Caribbean islands, but we're doing them in 7 nights. So normally you would have to take 14 nights in order to get there and back. So Grandeur of the Seas is sailing out of Barbados right now. Rhapsody of the Seas actually replaces her in the winter of 2022. So in a few more months, Rhapsody of the Seas will replace her. But we have some wonderful sailings out of Barbados for you to visit some hard to reach islands. And our newest ship is Wonder of the Seas. So this is brand new, actually just came out this week. And it is our 5th Oasis class. So our Oasis class is Oasis, Allure, Harmony, and Symphony. Wonder of the Seas is the 5th one. She is the largest ship in the world, just a few inches bigger than some of her sisters. She is sailing out of Fort Lauderdale, started right now. She's actually currently on her first sailing, does a few sailings through March and April, and then goes to Barcelona and Rome for the entire summer to do some of our European Mediterranean itineraries. And then Port Canaveral, which is in the Orlando area in Florida, starting in November of 22, and we'll be there throughout the winter season. So we have a bunch of new features on Wonder of the Seas, and I'll talk about a few of them. Adventure aft, that whole deck in the back of the ship has an all-new Wonder Playscape. I'll walk you through some pictures soon, and it's more of like an underwater themed world that you can do. We have upgraded dining. We have a brand new restaurant called the Mason Jar, and we've added Playmaker's Sports Bar and Arcade to Wonder of the Seas. We've had it on a few ships now, so we've added it there. And it's a completely really nice sports bar that you can go out and visit, and it's just fantastic for some beer and some sports. We have a whole new kids and teens area. It's completely redesigned. It's called Social 100. A whole new pool deck where we bring the lime and coconut feel that I talked about on Odyssey, and we're putting it on there. And we have a bar called the View Bar that is overlooking the ocean. It actually extends over it and has some great views. We have a whole new suite neighborhood, a neighborhood just for suites. So that if you have a suite, you can go out on a pool deck, enjoy a pool, jacuzzis, anything you want, even its own bar out there just for suite guests. And then, of course, we have some returning favorites that we put on Oasis class. Flow Rider, which is our surf simulator. The Ultimate Abyss, which is a dry slide, not a water slide. It's a dry slide that goes from deck 16 to deck 6. So it's a really cool to go fully clothed, even on formal nights, and just go in and drop all the way down 10 decks. We have a zip line that's on all our Oasis class ships. A karaoke bar, which is actually new for us. Just karaoke, but it's really themed nicely with a stage on there and all the screens, and everyone can sing along. And I'll talk a little bit about some of the areas on Wonder. So I talked about the Wonder Playscape. And this is on decks 15 and 16, but there is also a shaded area for parents. This whole area is open 24/7, and it's an underwater themed area where there's climbing walls, games, puzzles, and a lot of sea creatures. And even your kids can play tic-tac-toe in a life-size version of it. They can solve puzzles. And at night, the entire area transforms because it's all lit up in beautiful colors. And of course, there's one area called the Wonder Dunes where you go into a story-based mini golf journey, and that's what I'll talk about now. We have a whole area of mini golf. Mini golf is not new. for our brand, but this themed is. So we've never had a mini golf like this, where you can play day or night, on land or at sea, and you're just immersed in an undersea story where every hole dictates a whole different area, and the kids have fun hitting the ball into clamshells or into turtles' mouths or anything like that. It's a really cool way of going through a 9-hole mini golf area. I will talk a little bit about the pool deck. You can see this whole pool deck's reimagined. You can see the stadium seating in kind of in the middle there to be able to watch movies under the stars. It's decorated on deck 15 and 16. We have premium loungers. We have all live music throughout the day. And of course, I talked about the lime and coconut bar. Of course, you'll find the Perfect Storm water slides. That means there's 3 water slides of different kinds on our pool deck. And we have Splashaway Bay, which is just a kids area. Splashaway Bay has smaller slides, some areas that the kids can climb on, and kind of away from adults that maybe don't want to be around kids, or the kids don't want to be around the adults. And of course, we have the solarium that I mentioned before, which is outside of this pool area, but it's in the back area. So I talked a little bit about some of the restaurants. I did want to touch on one, the Mason Jar, because that is brand new. So if you've been to all our restaurants across our fleet, you have not been to this one. So this is a Southern restaurant and bar. So it's really cool because you can get fried chicken and waffles, a Nashville hot crispy chicken sandwich, shrimp and grits, a pretty as a peach plumber, and of course our bourbon milkshake. And there's a few other things on here that I want to talk about as well. We have a peanut butter and jelly old fashioned. So if you've ever liked an old fashioned, or even if you haven't, this one is amazing. And of course, we have a whole band that plays country music out there. And so you can enjoy the Mason Jar at the bar, have a couple of appetizers, or a full meal. We serve brunch and dinner there. So this is a reservation only, and it is a pay for restaurant, but it's a brand new concept. You can't find it on any other ship in our fleet. So I talked a little bit about our private island, Perfect Day at Coco Cay. This is a game changer. If you've been to Coco Cay in the past, we've had this island for 20 years. You have not seen it if you haven't been there in the last 2. So Perfect Day at Coco Cay is the perfect day for everyone. That's why we call it that. There's 2 halves of the island. You can either go if you want thrills, or you can go if you want chills. So the thrill side has a little bit more action. We have a water park and a few others. The chill side is just for people who want to relax and just soak up the sun and be with friends. You can go to either side. You can go half the day in one, half the day in the other. So I will talk about a few of those areas. The thrill side, like I mentioned, has the water park. You can see that really tall water slide there. It's 135 feet. That is actually the tallest water slide in North America. So let that soak in for a second. The tallest water slide in North America. And it's up there. It takes a while to climb up there, but it's actually very long to come down as well. So it goes very, very fast. But you can see some of the other color slides there. We have that yellow one, the blue one, the green one, the pink one. They're all different levels. So there's some pretty scary ones. There's some not so scary ones. And you can get a whole area. Now that right there is just those 5 slides. We actually have 13 slides on the island. So there's some here, there's some on a different area as well. We have the zip line. So that is 1,600 feet of zip line, and it goes across the island. So you can get some beautiful views of the island from there. And if you watch from below, you can watch all the people ziplining above you. So it's actually a lot of fun to hear them screaming. We also have the up and away balloon. So you go up 450 feet in a helium balloon that is tethered down, so don't worry. But it is going up 450 feet. You can see some beautiful views of the island from up there, 360-degree views. And so you can see everything. Now, if you don't want the thrill side, well, we have the chill side, right? So we have Chill Island, which is a whole beach area there. And you can enjoy the sand and the ocean from all that. We have Harbor Beach, which is a little inlet near our bar area. And we have a restaurant as well there. Or we have South Beach as well. So we have South Beach, that's a whole kind of private area on the north side of the island. But we also, what's not pictured here, is Oasis Lagoon. Oasis Lagoon is the largest freshwater pool in the Caribbean. It's a massive pool. that has a swim up bar, anything you want into it. We have a live DJ that plays, so it's a really cool atmosphere if you just want to do poolside or if you want to do beachside. And one new feature is Cocoa Beach Club. So Cocoa Beach Club actually opened about 3 weeks before we had to shut everything down due to the pandemic. So a lot of people didn't get to experience it beforehand, but it's totally exclusive. It is a pay-for area that it has floating cabanas. So these are cabanas that are just like the ones you might find in the South Pacific. So they're floating in Bahamas, the first ones in the entire Bahamas. We have an oceanfront infinity pool, which you can kind of see on the left-hand side. We also have beach cabanas on land that are a little bit cheaper, but they're on the land as well. A whole dedicated restaurant with upscale dining. And when I say upscale, serving lobster, serving filet mignon, all the key aspects. The desserts are amazing, and a whole exclusive bar. We even have an exclusive drink there called the Coco Cuvée, and it's amazing. So it has the areas that we call Breezy Bay, Chill Island, and South Beach as well. So this is a really, really cool area, and this entire island is something that it's going to take you a few visits to visit everywhere. So I wanted to show a quick video, kind of recapping a little bit of the island, and hope you guys enjoy this.
Here we go, come on. They can see us coming from a mile away. They wanna see us, wanna be us, nah, we don't play. Yeah, getting fancy, edge of your seat. We got a groove making you move, now come on, get on your feet.
It's like 1, 2, what's the move? I got 6. Do it like this.
Get up, right now, get up. Right now, get up. Right now, get up.
Do it like this.
Get up.
Oh my god! That Pokemon's the best!
Right now, get up. Right now, get up. Right now, get up.
Do it like this.
I have never been on an island or a water park like this before, and I'm just blown away. It's incredible.
He's the thrill, I'm the chill.
Thrill.
The first thing was when we stepped off there, we said, we gotta bring our grandkids.
I'm kind of excited about doing the slide over there. They're pretty big.
Everybody's gonna have a really good time. We got a crew ready to do whatever's popping tonight. Yeah, yeah, you know that it's the place to be. So get next to me and we'll be feeling so fine.
It's like
It's so much fun and the kids are loving it. So seeing them have a great time is what makes this experience special.
Over the top.
Yeah.
I think this is the best private island I've been to on any ship.
Way bigger, way better. The whole kit caboodle.
Right now, get up. Right now.
All in all, I would call it a perfect day at Coco Cay.
This is a perfect day!
Get up. Right now, get up.
do it like this.
Do it like what?
Do it like this.
Now that had to be exciting for all of you guys. So every time I watch that video, I get chills for watching it, and you kind of see that it really is a perfect day for everyone. Some people want to just chill out. Some people want the thrill of the action. And by the way, every time you come, you're going to want something different. So I really, really highly advise everyone to go visit Perfect Day at Coco Cay. You won't regret it. So a look ahead, we have a bunch of new stuff coming. So I talked about Wonder of the Seas that's coming out, and actually came out earlier this week. And then every year for the next few years, we have another ship coming. So we still have invested in our brand, and we're putting out new ships all the time. So next year, Icon of the Seas comes out, and Icon of the Seas is a brand new ship class. We've never done anything like this before. It will actually be the first ever LNG powered ship, that's liquefied natural gas. So we have a brand new pure gas way of fueling our ships, and we've never done anything like this. So that's where we're going now. We're trying to really reduce our greenhouse gas emissions, and we're going to transition a lot of our ships, and especially our newer ships, to that. So that'll be the first one of the ship class that comes out next year, and actually it'll be next fall. So after that, we'll have Icon number 2 and Icon number 3, soon to be named, that come out, and then Oasis number 6, also soon to be named, actually later this year. So that will come out one ship each year for the next 5 years. We're really, really excited about where our brand's going. Now, going back to the beginning about how we're talking about our protocols. So we've sailed all our guests already with those 21 ships. And so we are vaccine required for any guests that are aged 12 and up. That has been a requirement since we've started sailing, and probably will be for a while moving forward. We are testing for all sailings. All guests have to be tested 48 hours prior to sailing for any guests that are 2 and up. And all our crew are vaccinated, 100%. There are no exceptions there. So the only people that are unvaccinated on the ship are anyone ages between 5 and 11 that can't yet. So, and then of course, ages 4 and under, which aren't eligible to be vaccinated as well. So, but on our whole sailing, over 95% of our guests are vaccinated. And that is a requirement from the CDC, and we're following that. So for now, all guests 12 and up are vaccinated. But I will clarify, not boosted, because I know that question is going to come up at some point. I will want to talk about the Royal Caribbean app. This is very important now. So before it was a nice thing to have. I would say now it's probably more of a necessity. So we use it in order not only to do mobile check-in, which is pretty standard across the industry. We also have a safety briefing, which I'll talk about a little bit later, but it's your entire daily planner. So all your reservations that you have on, either in restaurants or shows, or just things you want to do, will go into that app. You can put your dining reservations, you can do your shore excursions in the app. A lot of our restaurants have now paperless menus. So obviously it's just like scanning your QR codes anywhere on land. You see that in a lot of restaurants now. Of course, if you want a paper menu, we will give you one, but if not, then we can use your QR code to get there. We have an entire map of Perfect Day if your ship is visiting there. And we also have guest-to-guest chat, where you can actually just chat with other guests and be able to keep tabs and kind of communicate with your friends and family through the app as well. So I will talk a little bit about what kind of things you can do on the app. First of all, pre-arrival communications. A lot of times we have to either change protocols, or you have to be reminded of something. So we do put the notifications in there. If you haven't taken your health questionnaires, or if you haven't done your check-in, we will do some notifications there. So that is important to make sure you're up to date with everything. Like I mentioned, we do have our mobile check-in there. If you do come with papers and all that, you still will get on the ship. It might take you a little longer though. So it's a little bit of a hint to do it on the check-in, get your little scanned code there. So they'll just scan it, and then you're off onto the ship within 5 minutes. So you can check in there. I will say, I'm not exaggerating when I say 5 minutes, because if you've done everything where you've checked in, you've uploaded your own security photo, you've uploaded the passports, you've uploaded your vaccination card onto the app, and do all the steps, you'll be on within 5 minutes on board. Right now, we're doing the staggered arrival, where before you could just show up to the pier at any time and check in. But due to COVID, we just want to make sure we're monitoring how many people are in the terminal at any given time. So we do ask that you make an appointment to arrive. And these are 30-minute blocks. You can come in later or earlier in the day, whichever one works with your time frame. So if you want to, if your flight comes in around noon and you think it might take an hour and a half or so, sign up for the 1:30 arrival time. So we are looking at that always. So if you do arrive too early, we might ask you to wait. And if you arrive too late, we might have to see how the terminal is before we let you in. So those are important. We are enforcing those. And then of course we have a health questionnaire. This opens up 24 hours before you board and just asks you the standard questions of how you're feeling, right? So you'll fill that out. And when you get to the terminal, they'll just ask you if anything's changed in that 24-hour period. We want to make sure that you're feeling well, to make sure that everything goes well on the sailing. Now, this is really cool. So one of the things on the app is the safety briefing, what some people might call the muster drill. So in the past, if you remember, and actually in the way past, you'd actually have to get your life jacket, put it on, go to an area in the ship and go through a 40-minute either video or announcement of a training. It really interrupted everyone's day one of your cruise. You get all excited and then you have to do that. That is history. We've gotten rid of that on all our ships. So now you actually can do the safety briefing in the comfort of your own home, car, wherever you might want to do it. You actually bring up the safety briefing in the app. You watch the video. It's not a long video, probably about a minute, minute and a half, giving you some of the rundown. And then that's it. All you have to do at that point is visit your muster station at any time on day one, right? Before we set sail. So let's say you set sail at 5, just visit it after you board the ship. and just go in, they'll scan your card, make sure everything's okay, and you're gone and done with that safety briefing within 30 seconds. If you don't have a mobile phone that can do an app, or if you just forgot, you also can do the entire safety briefing and watch the video from your TV in your stateroom. So if you do that, then you can bypass it. I will say that is important because 100% of the people have to do the safety briefing. And if you haven't done it pre-cruise, or you haven't done it in your room, and you show up to your muster station to scan, and they know because they can see it when they scan your card, then you'll actually have to go through an actual training and presentation that they'll do. It's not too long, but it's something that you can avoid by just watching the video in the comfort of your own home. So we'll talk a little bit about promotions. So for the month of March, we have this promotion called 30% off. It's 30% off every single guest on your booking. So it's on all sailings after April. So any sailing you pick will be 30% off every single guest, no matter how many guests you have in your booking. Plus, if you're holding a future cruise credit, that's a certificate that has a credit for a future cruise, if you redeem it during this month, we'll also give you another $100 onboard credit. And if you're a Crown and Anchor member, which is our loyalty program, you can get an additional bonus up to $50 onboard credit. So there's a lot of layers on there for offers in March. And it's a really exciting time to book, because if you book your future cruise credit and your loyalty member, you can get over $150. Now, this is exclusive just for you guys and just for this presentation, but we have a Royal Adventure sale. And Brett mentioned it earlier. So where new bookings can receive up to $75 in this onboard credit, and you can see the grid on the right-hand side, depending on the length of sailing, depending on the kind of category that you book. Plus, if you book a balcony or suite, and it's on a 5-night or shorter sailing, you also receive a specialty dining experience. So that's really cool. You can get into any of our specialty dining restaurants for free for one meal for 2 people though. And of course, you still get your $50 onboard credit. Now, if it's a 6-night or longer sailing on a balcony or suite, not only do you get the dining experience, but you also get a spa treatment as well. So that spa treatment is really, really nice and relaxing, especially on those 7-night sailings. And you get a $75 onboard credit, so a little bit more. So, but the promotion actually goes from now, really yesterday, through the 17th. So there is a limited time there to book, only for the next 9 or 10 days. And it's for any sailing between July and December. So that's a lot of options that you can pick from. The only thing that we are excluding is Thanksgiving here in America, as well as our sailings that depart out of China. So make sure you take advantage of this sale before it ends. Now, we do talk about some of our islands and our ships, and well, other people agree with us. So we've won some awards as well. Best cruise line overall for the last 19 years. Best cruise line in the Caribbean for the last 19 years. Think about that, 19 years running. That's consecutively, right? Best cruise line for entertainment for the last 4 years. And then last year, not only did we get best private island for our perfect day at Coco Cay, but then we got best cruise ship overall, Symphony of the Seas. Now, Symphony of the Seas I didn't talk about, but that was our 4th Oasis class ship. Wonder of the Seas is our 5th one. Same ship class, but just the newest one for 2021. We'll see what happens for 2022. So as you can see, you can trust our brand. We continue the level of innovation that we always have in the service and just so much more. So with that, just wanted to say thank you. Really value your time here on this Tuesday night, and really hope that you can book over the next few days and take advantage of the Royal Adventure sale with Expedia. Brett?
Hello. Well, thank you, George. That was really, really interesting. Really great to see all the new innovations and new things coming out with Royal. I do have a question though regarding the Mason Jar restaurant. After you eat there, do they also provide you with an extra pair of pants? Because I think you'll definitely need those.
I between all our restaurants, you're definitely going to need a size up. Let's put it that way.
Perfect. Well, count me in. Anyways, I would like to say, again, thank you for touching on the enhanced safety measures that Royal Caribbean is taking. And I wonder if we could spend a little bit more time talking about this. It's still very important to many people. Unfortunately, it's something that we still be talking about, but can you tell us a little bit more about what the onboard experience is like for guests, i.e. masks, etc., while on the ship?
Yeah, so with the recent CDC announcement over the last couple of weeks, we have changed our protocols, right? So we still are vaccine only for 12 and up. So that has not changed. You do need a negative test to come on board. So that has not changed. What has changed though is because of how many vaccinated guests we have on board, more than 95%, we have loosened the mask requirements. And obviously that's happened throughout the country about every little thing now. So we have dropped our mask requirements. So you don't have to wear a mask. They are fully optional, of course, but you don't have to. They're not required anymore in any area of the ship, except for the unvaccinated kids inside Adventure Ocean. Adventure Ocean's our youth program. So there we do require masks, but other than that, there's no requirement on masks anymore anywhere on our ship.
Oh, that's great to hear. Yeah, I was just on the Odyssey in November, and it was really refreshing to be in that environment where you were able to just be on without any restrictions. So great, glad to hear that. So what about shore excursions or the shore experience? There's certain places like Perfect Day. Obviously, you control that environment a little bit, but what about other ports and what are the restrictions like at the moment?
So there's not a one-stop answer for this, right? So unfortunately, every country is different and we visit so many different countries and so many different ports. So unfortunately, there's not a consistent answer, but every port is different. So we ask that everyone research those. We do have every requirement of our ports on our website. So, and of course you can ask your travel agent as well. We know all the requirements, but we ask that you look because they are varying. Now, if you're fully vaccinated, most ports allow you to go freely in those as well. So, but you did mention Perfect Day at Coco Cay, and we did want to touch on that because it's a completely controlled environment, there's no external visitors on there, that anyone can go on and freely anywhere they want without having to book a shore excursion that you have to book with us or anything like that. You can just walk on and off the ship as you please.
Perfect. Well, great. Thank you for going into that detail. And yes, please reach out to your Expedia Cruises agent if you have any additional questions around that. How about after the cruise? So a lot of our customers coming from around North America require either a PCR test or now an antigen test works often. Does RCI provide support for that?
Yeah, so we obviously there's countries all around that require a negative test to come back into the country. And if you need our assistance, we'll help with that. There is a charge for that, but we can help facilitate that on board. So we do both antigen and PCRs. There are different costs for those, but if you require it, please visit our guest services desk and they'll be able to help you out. I would visit them early on in the cruise to just let them know, and they can set up an appointment for you to get tested.
Oh, that's good advice. Thanks for letting us know that. And then ending on a fun one, what's one insider tip you have for guests going on a Royal Caribbean ship?
Oh, that's good. So I talked a little bit about Perfect Day at Coco Cay, right? And the only reason I talk about it so much is so many of our ships go there. So that it's not talking about one ship or one destination. It's a destination that so many ships go to. So I think my tip has to come from there. We have a lot of complimentary food on there. Some of the best chicken sandwiches you've ever had, best burgers you've ever had, and completely complimentary. But if you're looking for an insider tip, so we have 2 restaurants called Snack Shacks there, and I wouldn't even call them restaurants, they're more like pop-up restaurants. And Snack Shack has burgers and chicken sandwiches, and the chicken sandwich there that you can get that's not even on the menu, it's called the secret sandwich. It's not on the menu, but if you ask them, they'll order it for you. And it's a chicken sandwich with mozzarella sticks in there and a few other goodies that it's just to die for, but not on the menu, and almost nobody knows about it except for the people that work there.
Oh, wow. That sounds really good. I'll have to do that next time I'm there. So it's like ordering a burger animal style, right?
That's exactly right. Yeah.
It's not on the menu. So, well, thanks a lot, George. If you can go to the next slide, please. But, that was a great presentation. A lot of really great and valuable information. Really excited about Royal Caribbean. Really looking forward to my opportunity to go on the ship again in the future. And I hope everyone on this presentation is also really excited about Royal Caribbean after seeing all that. So just remember, if you have any questions about Royal Caribbean, any questions about cruise itineraries, destinations, COVID policies, anything at all, insider hints, talk to one of your Expedia Cruise vacation consultants. They're going to help you out. They're going to make sure that everything, that your vacation is buttoned up as well as possible. Remember that right now we do have the Royal Adventure Sale happening until March 17th. So this is a great opportunity, great time to go ahead and make that cruise vacation experience become a reality. If you can go to the next slide, I do want to say that we're going to be, we do have a contest running right now, thanks with Royal Caribbean, and you can enter for a chance to, enter for a chance to win a Royal Caribbean cruise for 2, including airfare. And the window to enroll is March 1st through March 31st, at which time we will be drawing a winner and we'll contact you and let you know. We do have a prize right now, like I said in the beginning, so we can go to the next slide. We are going to be offering a $200 onboard cash credit to one lucky winner, who just so happens to be David Wilson. So if you're on this call right now, David, congratulations. Your vacation consultant will be reaching out to you with more details around the prize. But that's everything that we have. So I just want to say thank you all. If we go to the next slide, I just want to say thanks, everyone. Great to see Royal Caribbean on here again. Thank you all for your time. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy the rest of your night if you're over on the East Coast. And remember to call your Expedia Cruises vacation consultant. So thanks again, everyone. Look forward to seeing you there.